When would you say that you, like, get in the Christmas spirit? That you start to feel like it's Christmas time?
I don't actually get in the spirit of Christmas, I don't think. I don't feel that I have the time to truly appreciate Christmas.
I can understand that. I do feel you and I are both parents that you just get so busy getting ready for Christmas, and then it's like 20 minutes, and then it's over.
I do feel like when you have a family, say you go to like a Christmas tree lighting, like a city's Christmas tree lighting, right? You can't really enjoy it because you're with your kids. Like, you know, you go to a holiday party. Like, there's always something on your mind that prevents you from truly enjoying something, I feel.
I don't know if you feel like this, but I think that a lot of people feel like this, that as a dad, you're kind of always on. So I would say that even though I enjoy things much more because of my children, I also don't enjoy them because you're kind of always on at the same time. Like, you never really get a chance to sit back and just, like, take it easy a little bit.
But I do have moments, like, you know, Michigan, the part of Michigan where I live, got like 4 inches of snow this past week. It was nice.
Okay, just for the record, it's 2 minutes and 40 seconds into the show. John has brought up weather. You brought up weather already.
No,
2 minutes and 40 seconds, you brought up the weather.
It's in relation to the question. I was able to, for like 5 minutes, look out into my front yard with the Christmas lights gleaming off the newly fallen snow. But then I have to go out and shovel it, so all of it's ruined. You know what I mean? Then I have to go to work and blah, 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 blah. Like, so the spirit is ruined then. So I have glimpses of Christmas spirit.
I think that you need to kind of focus on making life what it is, right? Like, it's only wasted time if you're wasting it. Like, you can look at it as like, oh, I got to go and do this pain-in-the-ass thing shoveling the snow. Or you can think like, oh, this is part of Christmas. I can get some exercise and do two things at once. I think you got to adjust your mindset and be more positive and take advantage of your time, not waste it.
You know what? As long as the Christmas eggnog keeps flowing. I've actually never had eggnog. Have you had eggnog?
It's disgusting. I've tried to get drunk off of eggnog, and that was probably one of the worst day afters of my life.
Why would... That just sounds terrible.
It's awful. That's one of those things that there's no way you can have more than like one glass of that. It's just too everything. Like, oh, I feel disgusted. Eggnog, fruitcake, terrible things. Terrible things. But we'll talk about terrible things about Christmas life.
I will say that in my neighborhood, it does seem like the Christmas spirit is flowing. There seems to be an exorbitant amount of people, big word alert, that have decorated for the holiday. So good on them, you know? Good on...
My neighborhood had more people who decorated for Halloween. There was a lot of people who decorated for Halloween, and I don't know what they're doing for Christmas, but their stuff's not up yet.
Did I even get a chance to tell you last week the curveball my wife threw me regarding our inflatables?
Just go ahead and tell me. This is one of those conversations that, like, if I'm curious, but I also have no interest in knowing.
Well, for those of you that have followed the podcast, you know the saga with my father-in-law, who comes up here and puts up inflatables in my front yard. This year, he put up 27. And we're sitting there one night at dinner, looking out in the front yard, and my wife looks at me and she goes, "I'd like you to take them all down, please."
Oh, you need to put a foot down either with him or with her. Like, you can't just keep playing pinball back and forth like that.
I was thankful. I think she's finally starting to see how terrible 27 inflatables, from a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle to Woody from Toy Story, that has absolutely nothing to do with Christmas, can look in your front yard.
I agree. I don't think you should have so many inflatables. I mean, 27 is a ridiculous amount. 2 to 3 tops. If you live on a mansion, a palatial estate, I'll give you 7. But 27 is ridiculous. You don't even have room to walk in your yard.
No, it was nuts. It was nuts. Here's a question for you, holiday related, seeing we're kind of on the topic. If you have a big enough house, 2 Christmas trees okay, or only 1 Christmas tree?
1 Christmas tree. What do you need 2 Christmas trees for? People waste their money on crap. Like, I don't care how big your house is. I don't care if you live in the biggest house in the world. You need one Christmas tree because really you're just dividing up the celebration. It should be one focal point. People buy too much stuff, man.
I think I'm okay with it. I think if you have a big enough estate, upstairs, downstairs, tri-level, I'm okay with multiple Christmas trees on the different floors.
I'm not.
Obviously, you have to have one Christmas tree that is the Christmas tree. But decorative Christmas trees I'm okay with as well.
I'm against waste in all its forms.
Did you eat everything you... Oh, hey, by the way, nice pancakes this week. I have to give you a shout out.
Thank you. They're excellent pancakes.
They actually looked edible, which is good for you. So congratulations.
What is it like knowing that even though that you've spent years cultivating your craft of smoking meat, and no matter how much meat you smoke, you'll never be as good as making pancakes as I am? That you'll never be the chef that I am?
Just so everybody knows, when you see those posts on our social media, that is not me. That is Nick all day long. If I were to post food pictures, which I would love to do side by side someday, we could let the people decide what looks better on appearance alone.
I've seen your brisket. It looked burnt and tough.
I mean, I'm not. I have made briskets that are burnt and tough, yes, but
I don't mess up pancakes, so there we go.
You can't mess up pancakes.
You can't. Yes, you can. Okay, this is my rant about breakfast food. Since now we've somehow gone down this road, breakfast food is very hard to mess up, but very hard to do well. Like, it's really hard to find good eggs or good pancakes or good waffles, but they're all like, all right, that's okay.
All right, let's give some shout-outs. Alessandro Stacchi, Frederick Showalter, Rally Mills. Don't see a lot of rallies.
I don't know if I know a single rally.
Or is it Raleigh? I think it's Raleigh.
Well, how do you spell it?
Raleigh. Like the capital of North Carolina.
It's Raleigh.
Yeah, Raleigh, not Raleigh. Raleigh. Anyways, Hilda Lemke. Oh, boy, I was really picking out some interesting ones, because you don't see a lot of Hildas.
No, that's an old-timey name. I wonder if old-timey names are coming back.
Glenda Fidel.
Glenda, Hilda, Glenda, you got a Barbara in there? Eleanor?
Wait for this one. Leonard.
That's an old-timey name. Old-timey names must be coming back.
Leonard Bechtelard, Felicity Harris, Monty Sanford, Asta Cremine, and Zora Abbott.
I don't think I know a single Monty. Montgomery, but no, I don't know a Montgomery either. A lot of names.
I don't know.
I don't know a lot of people named that.
Well, I mean, they're all taken from our social accounts, so apparently we draw older people names.
I guess we just have a lot of people with old names.
Oh, Nick. All right. Anyone ever call you Saint Nick? Probably not.
All the time. I always had to be frickin' Santa Claus at every Christmas place I was going to. It was Christmas because my name was Nick, and everybody would say the same thing. During Christmas season, it was like, hey, Nick, you're Saint Nick. You want to be Santa Claus? Hey, we got a Nick. Like, God dang it. I'm like the de facto person who has to go to the tree in front of the family and pick out the presents because my name is Nick. Hated it.
God, I wish I could have been there for that. I don't remember that when we were
same joke
together.
all the time.
We probably worked on Christmas together, but I don't remember ever working with you on Christmas.
Yeah, those were around adults, man.
All right. I don't know how to bring this up, but it's definitely the largest viral story of the week.
Okay.
That has been. What the hell is going on with our social medias blowing up with these UFO sightings or drone sightings? Like what? I say that, and I would not classify myself a conspiracy theorist at all. And if you are, great for you, but I'm not. But there has to be a logical reasoning behind this, because clearly they're drones. They are happening. They are out there. But I can't find a single effing reason as to why they're there.
The thing that I don't understand about it is it's obviously some kind of secretive thing, right? Like, it's not aliens, it's not anything like that. It's either some kind of secret Department of Defense thing or some company testing something secret. But what I don't understand is, like, if you're going to do that, how do you not know that everybody's going to wonder what's going on? Like, how do you just be like, no, nothing's happening? You're flying a giant thing over major cities. Like, why don't you go test that in the middle of the ocean somewhere, or people where people aren't going to see it. Like, so what? It's amazing to me, the thought process of like, we're going to do something really secretive and not tell anybody about it. Where are you going to do it? We're going to fly it right over the top of New York City. Well, shouldn't you do it somewhere else?
For those of you that maybe don't pay attention to social media or the news at all, and I don't blame you, I mean, look it up. It's interesting. It definitely seems like some kind of secretive Department of Defense something. Just the way that the drones are. I guess one of them crashed too or something. I don't know, but I heard maybe the most reasonable thing for this is that they're going to be for inauguration. They're going to do like a drone parade for Donald Trump. I mean, I don't know. But then again, I don't know why you would test that at night, and I don't know why you wouldn't tell people you're doing that.
Like, why would you do it in the most obvious place at the most obvious time?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That makes no sense, but it's definitely, I mean, yes, it's not aliens, because if it was aliens, we'd be fucked, because we'd already be dead. They're not just going to hover for 2 weeks.
I am constantly fascinated by how groups of people make decisions. Like, if you have a group of people, they will somehow make the exact wrong decision. Like, every person individually will know that this is a bad idea, but the group all together will make the worst possible decision. It's like, how do we all dry ourselves off from the rain? Go in the ocean. Like,
yeah.
No. Like, a group of people will make the exact opposite decision than they should.
All right, so Christmas lights. Quick question to you about Christmas lights. Do they have first off, do you put up Christmas lights?
Yes.
Are you one of those kind of people that have to have the same kind of light? Or are you going to mix and match, maybe, get the bigger bulbs and have the shorter bulbs? Is it all going to be uniform? Is it going to be one, like, strand of lights that you're going to use?
If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it properly. I'm not going to have, like, 10 different strains of lights out my house like some kind of idiot. Like, I understand if, like, okay, if you're talking about you can't afford this is that, I get it. Totally get that. But if you're going to try to put on a thing, like, you can't be making a decision without financial reasons to be like, you know what, I'm going to get white lights here and I'm going to get colored lights on the next strand. And then, no. Uniform. You got to be organized in life, man.
Well, and that's kind of how my wife, I almost said my mother-in-law, that's how my wife was like, I don't want these inflatables in my yard anymore. Because
it's not organized.
Looks not very well.
I don't know if I've ever seen people do different strands of lights or different sizes of lights within the kind of same framing structure. You can have one size of lights in the bushes and one size of lights in the house or on the house, but you can't have no. Keep it right.
You should. I mean, you're going on vacation soon. You should fly by my house. You can see it. Thanks, Rick.
You know what? Stop blaming him, because is it your house or is it his house? So whose house is it? Yours or his?
Listen, Nick, my mother-in-law is coming in for 2 weeks.
Okay, so whose house is it? Is it your house or is it his house? Whose house is the house? Do you own your own home? Do you just go through life letting everybody tell you what to do all the time with no backbone to stand up for the things that you want? Is that the kind of person that you're going to be? Or are you going to stand up and say, no, we're doing what I want to do in my house?
I'm going to move on from that.
You're just going to get trampled, right? Just let people walk all over you all your life, John.
I want to give, I don't think that's necessarily true, but I want to give a random little kid and his father a shout out this week.
Okay.
My youngest had a Christmas concert, which was probably the biggest sham I've ever been a part of.
It's a little kid, Chris. It's not going to be Shakespeare, man.
It was one song that was 1:30, and it took up 2 hours of an evening for that. But the best part of it was, other than seeing my daughter enjoy herself, was there was a kid there with a shirt that said, "It's a Butte, Clark." And he had no idea. This kid was 5, right? But just seeing that little boy with that shirt, like, I looked around and I was like, I don't know who your dad is, but well done, young man. Well done. Then it got me thinking, is that one of the most iconic Christmas characters?
I don't even know who you're talking about.
The uncle from National Lampoon's Christmas. Jesus.
So the answer would be no. Like
Clark,
I
the
don't,
Shitter's Fool, nothing.
Okay, Shitter's Full I'm familiar with, right?
That's
but
the
no.
same. It's the same guy. It's the same character.
No, man, like Santa is the most iconic character from Christmas.
No, I said one of. I didn't say the most.
No, I wouldn't put him in the top 10 even.
All right.
I mean, you go
anyways,
Santa, you go Rudolph, you go Frosty, you go the Grinch, you go Clark Griswold. Like, no, he's not in the top 10. Maybe
But
not
it's-
in the top 20.
It's Uncle Eddie, man. All right. Last thing here. Do you? So it's obviously the holiday season. If you're out to eat, do you tip more because it's the holiday season, or do you just give the regular, whatever you're going to give?
No, I stay pretty standard throughout the year. Now, I'll tip people or I'll give people a present, like the post people and the garbage people. Like, I'll give them something on Christmas, but I'm not going any higher on tips. Like, I stay right at 20%.
Okay. Nice. All right.
What do? Do you get in the holiday spirit?
Yeah, I do. I mean, obviously I'm not going out the way that I used to. I don't think any of us are as you get older. But I'll unless I'm not tipping like $100, on a $30 bill. But I'll try to give a little more. Maybe write just a nice note. I don't know. It kind of all depends on the situation. But yeah, unlike you used to be in this situation, news people, emergency responders, like everyone's working through the holidays. So even the slightest, smallest kind gesture can kind of uplift somebody's spirits. So
Yeah, I'll let somebody else do it. I try to maintain.
That's fair,
Like a slightly above average level. I don't usually go in for things big or anything like that.
Well, you're not used to big things. I get it.
I'm not at all. Can't take big things. Never been able to take a big one. Little ones, I can take those all day long. Give me all the little ones. But you get a big old rocker in there. That's too much for me to handle.
I've known you long enough. I know.
Luckily, I don't really know anybody who's got big things. Are you ready for our top 5, or do you got more stuff?
We should just move on. That's a good segue into the top 5.
Okay. So our top 5 is top 5 worst things about Christmas. What's your number 5?
Financial worries, I'd say.
Oh yeah, man! If you're gonna bring that, you put that at 5. I would have put that. I could see that as number 1, honestly.
Absolutely. I didn't want to have that as my number 1 though.
I got you. Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, definitely because I feel like there's a lot of parents that feel that they have to do something for their children or whoever, so they may open up a credit card, they may put more, they just spend, they go above their means, and
yeah,
and it's it can quickly turn into a holiday of fun and excitement into like, oh shit, January's here, and I have 3 credit card bills that I can't pay.
That's tough when 2025 is coming. It's not on my list, but the New Year's coming, and all the repercussions of all this joy and merriment is about to hit you.
Yeah.
That has to be tough for parents, I would think, or for people that okay, I don't have the financial means to do this, but I also want to have fun and be a part of the celebration. That's got to be a huge push and pull. So yeah, that's kind of a serious thing.
Yeah, that was financial worries. That's my number 5.
My number 5 is family. I like seeing my family. I also like when they leave.
Seeing that, I would think that could be higher on the list. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I do enjoy it. I don't know if it's the family or so much the break of the routine. Because it's a bunch of people who kind of really know who you are and also don't know who you are at the same time. They really know you because they knew you growing up, but they don't know you as the person that you are now. And I think that those two things kind of conflict with each other a little bit.
I mean, listen, if you got families that want to celebrate, I say, celebrate, because some people don't have family get-togethers. I haven't had a family get-together in a decade.
Oh, man. Well, let's leave that alone.
Yeah. Anyways, okay. I have a feeling this is going to be really uplifting.
Yeah, you're making this way too sad.
Well, wait for my number 4.
That's just number 1. That's the next one, so I don't have to wait too long.
Just ugly Christmas sweaters. People that go out of their way to dress for Christmas, and I just don't care. I just just or like especially the people that wear like the reindeer, headbands and things, and like I don't know, just it's just not for me.
Okay, I mean, I can understand a little bit of Christmas cheer there, Grinch. I don't think that you need to be lashing out at people who wear reindeers or Santa hats. I love it when people put those things on their cars. That always brightens my day a little bit. But I can't believe the ugly Christmas sweater thing is still going. Like, we're still doing that? That's been 20 years almost.
I actually just said to my wife the other night, we were driving and I got cut off by somebody that had the reindeer antlers on their cars. And I said, I'm about to be a fucking bull and run them into a ditch. So.
Wow, that's aggressive.
That was aggressive. I apologize for that. I did not do that, obviously.
A little bit much.
But, so I am not a fan of people who decorate their cars right now.
Okay, all right. I mean, if somebody does something on a scale of 1 to 10 that's a 2 to you, you don't have to go 9, man. You can just be like, you can just honk at them or flip them the bird. You don't have to, like, run them off to death.
You know me. Well, I just put them in the... It doesn't matter. What's your number 4?
The dead zone, but after Thanksgiving, where you really, like, you're mentally checked out. You're totally mentally checked out pretty much the week before Thanksgiving. You're pretty mentally checked out for the rest of the year. But then you still got to, like, slog through 2 or 3 more weeks of effort. Like, this whole time, should we just be done this whole time?
See, I don't agree with that. I think that's an old traditional way of thinking. I think most people, like, you can't go into the slog. Like, my work is busier than ever right now. Like, I can't slow down, and I'm working extra days, extra hours, like, which adds to the stress of the whole holiday season.
Sounds like you gotta get a new job.
Well, I mean,
yeah. You gotta get another job. All right, what's your number 3?
This is where I have family at, just in terms of, like maybe the forced holiday gathering where like you're only going because maybe Aunt Jean asked you to be there, so you feel bad if you won't go, even though you haven't seen her in 20 years, or you have to drive 3 hours for a 2-hour event, just. Oh yeah. Just, it's. If you have families in that love each other and get together, great. But it's like the other families that try to come together and that you don't talk to all year. That's kind of what I mean.
Do you actually know any family where you would say they all get along? Like, all of them get along? I don't know a single one.
I will say I have a couple of good friends that they, no matter what happens, they get together on Christmas and Thanksgiving with their close families, but they don't get along with everybody all the time. Yeah,
I go back and forth on if it's better to stay connected or if it's better to bail. If whatever somebody's decision is, I can go both ways. My number 3 is lines. I detest all of the lines. I don't like to wait in any lines. Everything seems to take a little bit longer on Christmas.
I put it on my honorable mention, but I had like going to the grocery store just to buy groceries is going to take you an extra half an hour right now.
Oh yeah, it's going to be forever. What's number 2?
Just being lonely. Like if you just have no one to share the holiday with, or maybe you lost a loved one, around this time. Like just loneliness. Nobody should be lonely during the holiday season.
So sad.
I mean, worst things about Christmas. I mean, that's.
You gonna throw like climate change in there? Like what else you got? Anything else negative you could find?
I mean, these are bad things about Christmas. The holiday season.
But I mean, they're kind of bad things about all the times, really. I do think that Christmas makes you think about it a little bit more. But
my number 1 is not. It's serious, but it's jovial. So.
Oh, okay. Are we on my number 2? Is that your number 2?
Your number 2.
Breaking down boxes. I hate breaking down boxes and all the cleanup that comes with it. Hate it.
See, I don't mind. I get it. And I feel like 95% of the rest of parents would understand that. I actually recycle the boxes for my eBay store that I do. So I'm okay with it.
Well, you plug for your eBay store? I have been doing this. We have been doing this together for 6 years. I have known you since 2013, 2011. I didn't know you had an eBay store.
It's not very big, but it's there.
What are you selling? Candles? Should make your
Trading
own
cards, figures, books, steins. All kinds of things.
What's your number one? Except for our family, so we don't want to see.
Fake ass Santas.
What's wrong with fake Santa?
All right, so I'm gonna give one quick example for 30 seconds. Took my kids to an event. Didn't know Santa was gonna be there. Santa was there. It was a man who probably weighed 150 pounds, with a suit that was about a 5X, and his beard was falling off his face, and he had a super dark mustache. And one of the little girls called him out, and then he got all flustered, and we never saw him again.
Yeah, if you're 150 pounds, don't be Santa.
So,
Like, if you don't look the part, don't play the part. Nobody should have hired him.
Listen, I don't... My kids see Santa, so I'm kind of a hypocrite in saying this, but I do feel like mall Santas and other Santas are... It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. It's a weird tradition that I've never truly understood, to have your kid sit on Santa's lap
It's a little strange.
and tell him what you want.
It is a little odd that we spend years lying to our children. Like,
Yeah.
just keep this lie going.
Well, and then when they find out that he isn't real, it's like you're the asshole, right? Like, it's your fault.
I don't remember ever, like, finding out as a kid. I don't remember, like, a moment of, oh my gosh, Santa's
I do.
not real.
I have the I could detail it like in excess. So,
Do you want me to ask you the question I'm laughing about?
no, maybe, sure. What are you laughing about?
What do you remember more? Finding out that Santa wasn't real, or seeing your parents have sex?
Fuck. That's a tough one, because I'm kind of I'm more scarred. I'm more scarred from my parents than
Yeah, dude.
You grow up from Santa. I mean, obviously, but at the time, Santa was probably a bigger deal.
Oh yeah, because you didn't know what they were doing then. Now looking
Yeah,
back on it, like, I wonder when my kids are gonna figure out that, like, why do mom and dad sometimes go downstairs on Saturday afternoon? Like, what are they doing? Like, one day they'll figure it out.
Why do
what's
mom and
what's this candy that dad eats on Friday and Saturday nights? Like, how come he's the only one who eats that? Like, living my life.
It's trauma, man. Trauma all over for all of our kids and ourselves.
No, it's part of life. My number one is that it's just over. Like, it's just over. And I would say that Christmas is honestly kind of over by 2 o'clock. Like, it's just over. Like, you'd have all of this build up, and then it's just over in like 30 minutes or a couple of hours. And then you're like, okay, wait for another year for that. For people to be happy again.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'd say it's probably over like around 8 o'clock that night, 8 o'clock that night.
I feel like it's over by the afternoon.
And it's
2 o'clock is the time I would put on it.
If you live in a cold state, I feel like as soon as that gets into the 26th, you're like, well, mother effer. Now I have 3 months of nothing to look forward to except 10-degree weather.
Yeah, that's what's bad. Is I feel like the time after Christmas until basically March is the hardest part of the year. So it's kind of like you did all this thing, and then the year just crushes you right afterwards. Like, you hit a high note, and then you're brought immediately back down to the worst, and then you got to, like, go back around.
Some could say that's life, though. It never lets you get too high.
No, it doesn't. It'll check you every time. What's in your honorable mention? Do you have anything?
Yeah, I got food, and when I say the worst part of Christmas can be the food is, I mean, there's so many examples of, like, just family members making bundt cake, or those stupid, what was the jelly with the fruit in it? What do they call those things? I couldn't remember.
Oh, that's not a fruit cake, but that's something else. It's like a Jell-O mold or something like that.
Yeah, well, Jell-O, fair enough. Or just like, candy canes. I don't do candy canes, so the food can be a little much. Also, I put down cold weather, but basically, like, if you want to go do something outside, go look at Christmas lights, blah, 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 it's usually friggin' cold as hell. which is never fun. And then just, I just put kind of down like relationships in general. Seems that they can get more strained than usual during the holiday season.
Yeah, I can see that. When I do see family, I try to separate it out a little bit. Like, I like to see one group of family and one group of family, but not mix the whole family together. That's, I think, where you run into some issues. Yeah, I don't really have anything in my honorable mention. I mean, I don't like stuff like eggnog, and I don't like stuff like fruitcake. So some of the food I can understand with. That's annoying. I hate having to fake like I like a gift. I hate having to fake like I like a gift.
Yeah, I don't, one thing, there's a family member of mine that loves to go to the Dollar Tree and Family Dollar and buy like $20 worth of crap and give it to you.
I don't want that.
And
Just
it's
keep
like,
it.
I would have just rather taken the $20 bill if that's what you wanted to do, and I would go spend it on liquor. You know what I mean?
I'd much rather just give me money. Or give me a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some lottery tickets.